welcome back to Unfiltered Conversations, the series where we dive into the real, raw, and refreshingly honest side of the insurance world. Today, I'm thrilled to be joined by Alp from Prudential. Alp, welcome. So glad to have you here. And just on a side note as well, Alp will be speaking at ITC Asia, happening from 3rd to 5th June at the SANS Expo and Convention Centre in Singapore. Alp, do you want to briefly introduce yourself and what is it that you do?
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm with Prudential and I'm looking after all our business applications, quite a few, too many to name. And I'm trying to improve our landscape on how we're building our services to our customers and to our agents and intermediaries. So that's the joyful work that I'm in on a day-by-day basis.
Great. And so let's just kick it off here. So let's start off with the big one, balancing digital efficiency with a customer experience. How do you measure the success of balancing digital efficiency with a personal customer experience?
Yeah, that's the crux, isn't it? In my role, it's all about building personalized experiences, but then bringing them at scale for all our companies, all our customers all across the markets. We don't develop technology only for one market or one niche. So we need to think about the end game as we're designing and building, possibly with a country as a start, but then we need to scale it up. So, and you need to constantly challenge yourself, obviously. You can't think about, oh, we have one country where everything is perfect, and now we replicate that elsewhere. So we need to actually make sure that we can adapt to different customer needs, protect that last mile flexibility that we need to bring into the markets to make it relevant to the user bases, because all are slightly different. And we've done that actually with our flagship product, self-servicing platform, Pro Services, where we went live with Malaysia, which is a centrally built but then locally adapted application. We've doubled the number of monthly active users in Pro Services to over 500,000. So that's a good milestone that tells us that we're not on a wrong track. And we have actually transitioned all the legacy applications, and it was multiple applications that were servicing our customers, confusing them in that process, to actually one platform at the end, which is helping our customers to be more efficient in managing their daily needs. We've also managed to bring through that a better streamlined process architecture, which helped us to reduce our servicing calls by 27%, which is not a bad number. More to be done in that area, but it helps us in the contact centers to focus more on the value add services that we can give to our customers rather than the low value transactions, which customers can actually very well do themselves. And they don't have the patience actually to also wait for a contact center agent to do that for them. So we're trying to enable that mix over there.
That's great. And thanks so much for sharing about Pro Services. And also, now that Prudential has been around for a really long time, you've also been at the forefront of innovation. How does Prudential leverage technology to enhance customer relationships while maintaining a human touch?
Yeah, I think that's what's always, people are worried about what technology will do to the human interfacing. And in my view, and this is also the company's view, we always need the human touch. And if you think about how to optimize it, it's critical to build and maintain customer relationships. You can't automate all of this. What you need is actually to have that ability to interact and build trust. Our business is fundamentally around trust. What we can do then from a data and AI modeling is to say, what are the things that we need to do better so that we can actually increase the trust that our customers put into us. And we do that with very high sophistication levels of propensity modeling, AI-powered analytics solutions, so that we can identify the gaps in our customers' protection. So it feels less like, do I have the capability on the human side? No, the human side is about understanding your needs, but then the automation part and the data part is about what is the best solution for this to cover my gap that I might have. So those are the things where I think the enhancement of customer relationships while maintaining human touch is absolutely crucial, that you have a human interface there. And in Singapore, we have seen the model to accurately predict 70% of cross-selling opportunities to our customers to help close their protection gaps. And that can only be done with a human interface that explains why and where we can actually align with our customer needs better and understand them better. Sometimes it's the nuances in the human interaction that make the difference. It's not just modeling.
Definitely. And I also wanted to ask also about, the decision-making part, when you're thinking about whether an interaction should be digital or human-led, how do you make that call? How do you prioritize which customer interactions should be digital versus human-led, and what factors influence that decision?
Well, put yourself in a consumer's or customer's position. When you interact with an insurer, something has happened. And so that creates already stress and anxiety. How we should use technology and the human touch around it should be that the processes that don't add any value for the customer should not come to the forefront. I don't need to talk to my customer about, I need to fill out form 5A and then it goes into processing step X. That should all be on our side, and the customer should not be burdened with that. So the human interaction with the customer at the point of lodging a claim and saying, all right, oh my God, the anxiety process of, do I get this paid or not? Do I need to get out of pocket or not? That is the human interaction where we can actually calm it down, the situation, and we can tell our customers, don't worry about this. We will take care of this. Here are the next steps that you need to do. And we actually can turn a moment filled with stress and anxiety through our human interaction into one that is calm, and it gives you confidence that it will be resolved in a positive manner, because automation does the job in the background. But the customer doesn't need to be burdened with that. That's, I believe, how the balance between technology and human interaction should play out.
I love that. Yeah. And, finally, for those who are listening, what advice would you give to other leaders looking to humanize their digital insurance offerings while embracing digital transformation?
That's an excellent question. I think we're always too much inward looking and trying to manage things from a process perspective. Always put yourself in the shoes of the customer. Always look at it. How do I want to be treated? What is the help that I need to get when I call my insurer or my agent? And that is how we should build our servicing landscape. So we need to bring the empathy back in or enhance the empathy that we already have to our customer, and make sure that we take the stress and the anxiety away and make it an experience where they can look forward and say, all right, this is on the right track. I'm going to be in a good position. I don't need to worry about this, so that they can actually go back to their loved ones and take care of whatever caused the claim in the first place, and the anxiety and the stress in the first place. Customers don't care about our inner workings. They care about whether we take care of them or not. And this is where I think leaders should strive towards to provide that kind of service. And that brings then the optimal split between technology and human interaction. The combination of this, the useful combination of both, that's where the power of technology comes through.
Thanks so much, Alp, for taking your time to share this information. Really, I just love this. And yeah, thank you for the great conversation and for sharing your insights as well. And I'll see you at ITC Asia.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to it.